This video is going to cover what I love about hotels. What don't I love might have been an easier video. Actually, that would have been way too short. What I love about hotels is a lot. So I wanted to share it in the hope that maybe it appeals to you and you find what you're looking for. Firstly is flexibility. Flexibility. For me, that's a huge thing. I can stay as long as I want and I have options. And there's lots of hotels in most cities, most areas. So the flexibility to choose how long I stay, to choose, whether it's right for me, extend, it's fabulous. So the flexibility is the first one I really love as a nomad. It's why I prefer not to necessarily be renting. Number two, which is probably something we don't really think about, but if you're living in hotels, it's key, which is you have one bill. Just one. And that one bill translates into rent, power, water, taxes, internet, cleaning, amenities, everything. I mean, obviously you pay for your phone and there are other costs related to living, but in terms of your accommodation, where you're staying and everything to get it ready to go and be the place that you live, it's one bill. I don't have to worry about when something's due. I don't have to worry about if I've used more electricity or more water, or if I've got a job that has me working really late, or I do a really long day, or it's the temperature varies so much and I don't have to worry about any of that, because in a hotel it's one bill. I don't have to go, oh my God, my gym membership's going up. The gym's included, it's downstairs. I don't have to pay separately to go to a pool at this point. It's in the building. Or the sauna. It's in the building. So it's one bill. And I suppose the other thing that's not really kind of understood about it, and this is also different from like private landlords or Airbnbs, is there's a lot of things you're not paying for or having to do that you don't think about. So with the cleaning all being included, they wash the sheets, they clean the towels, they supply the toilet paper and the disposable things. Like in this one, which is great, they even give you the tablets for the washing machine and the dishwasher. I don't have to do those. Soap, it's all provided. I don't have to do any of that. These are things, I mean, I do buy my shampoo because I have a preference, but beyond that, I don't need to buy any of these things. They're supplied. Tissues are supplied. It's all, so these are, I don't have to buy cleaning supplies. I haven't bought cleaning supplies in years. And if I was looking after my own place, I'd be buying cleaning supplies. So there's a lot of things you don't take into account that you don't have to pay extra for and that aren't as expensive and that are covered in what you're doing. If I had to ring someone up and ask them to help me or come out and fix something, I don't have to pay for that. It's included. It's a hotel, they repair that. I'm not responsible for the lift or the costs that come into it. It's all included. So I don't have to, it's one bill. And I think it's not always understood how cool it is to live in a hotel when it's one bill. Probably another key part for me, which people don't think about, is, or they're aware of, but they take for granted because that's why they enjoy holidaying or vacationing, is convenience. Most hotels are conveniently located. They're located near transport, or they're located near other amenities. They're located, I know there's hotels that are located sort of out of the main cities, but then they're located where they can be reached easily by car, or there's things nearby. Even one where I stayed outside, I think it was stayed outside Warsaw when I was just traveling through. I could walk 200 meters down the road and there was a supermarket and places to buy food and all sorts of stuff. That's a location convenience. Amenities. I think I mentioned, I have a gym, I have a sauna, I have a pool in this hotel. There's a lift. These amenities are really convenient. And if I was renting an apartment in a building where I needed to pay that over the year, it would probably be, well, it'd be manageable, but it'd be almost as expensive maybe. And in difference, there'd be a requirement to maybe have more people share it because they live in the building, they're not coming and going, it's not different times where it's quieter or busier. and you've got more access or less to the amenities. I mean, one thing I often do here is, if I can, I go for a swim in the middle of the day, because people check out by 11 and they check in at 3. Now, we can be early check-ins and there can be slightly late check-outs, but that's the sweet spot where you're not going to find a lot of people there. And I had the pool and the gym and everything all to myself for like an hour or so today. I mean, mainly I'm in the pool, but the whole place, there was no one, just me. Just me. It's fantastic. So, and those amenities would be a cost factored in if I had rent. Also, if I'm in a place for 6 to 12 months, I'm paying tax. I'm not paying tax here. So there's a benefit. Now, and this is a key one I find that can only be in hotels and is not in managed hosts or Airbnbs per se, which is a front desk. You have a 24-hour, 7 days a week source of support. I can ask where I am, where they're German speaking, can you please make a call for me and book an appointment? Can you check if they have an English speaker? They can make that call for me, and they will. Before I was leaving Vienna, I wanted to book some trains. I said, would you mind helping me? She said, that's my job. I remember thinking, actually, you could say to me, that isn't your job. Anything about the hotel is. But she just helped me, and she was happy to do it. I was like, thank you so much. So, yeah. That source of support, and it can vary, but it can be fabulous. When I moved to Berlin originally, that source of support was so valuable. I got appointments booked with the manager of the hotel that I could never have hoped to do because it was during the pandemic. It was difficult to get anything done. And he just went, what do you need me to do? And he was fabulous. So that source of support is worth its weight in gold. You're in a foreign city or you're in a different place, you don't know how to do things, and there is someone there to help you. You can Google a lot of stuff, sure, but there might be something you don't understand about it or don't know, and you can go, this seems really weird, can you explain it? And they do. And they're friendly and they're polite, and you can say, hi, how are you? And they're great. So, yeah, and having and knowing that you can just drop down when you need to and ask a question when it comes to mind, or if something happens, fabulous. Fabulous. Like this hotel, I asked, what's the best way to get to the supermarket? And because I just said I didn't know which exit to go out, and they're like, oh, it's really easy. They're like, go to -3, walk out the parking garage, walk in the parking garage, you just go up, you're at the supermarket. Oh my God. Like, secret squirrel. Then gave me the instructions to go into town and do stuff I needed to do. Turn right, go out, here's the lift, go down, second turn. It was brilliant and perfect. Local knowledge, worth its weight in gold. Means I'm not thinking which way do I go, I've got everything I need. Fabulous. Now, this is an unusual one to mention in relation to it, but it simulates, depending on the hotel, it simulates the apartment experience. So the hotel chain I'm in now, which I really have fallen in love with, so this will be another video, you have a studio, which is like a proper little studio apartment. I'm sitting on a bench here, there's a widescreen TV, I've got a couch over there, it's more like a shade that I can lie down on, double bed, there's natural light from outside, full bathroom, and I have a full kitchen. I have something that operates I have an oven that operates as an oven and a microwave. It just depends on which function. It's a touch screen. I have a dishwasher. I have a washing machine in my room. A washing machine dryer in my room. And the safe and all the things. So you've got all the benefits of a hotel with simulating the apartment experience. Win, win, win. Win, 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 win. Now, I have mentioned it in this video already, so this is not a surprise, but it can include things like a pool, a gym, a sauna. I don't need to because of what's so close by and the supermarket and everything, but it has a breakfast room. It has all of the amenities that I don't have to leave. It's like living in a great apartment, but with all these lovely extras, which again, you might not pay for in a building because, it'd cost more. But if it's right there, you go every day. I swim every day. It's fantastic. It's brilliant for my physical health. It's brilliant for my mental health. It fully helped my torn ligaments in my ankle heal. It's been so central. I love it. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful experience. Now, this is probably a little bit tied into the others, but it's options. There's hotel chains, there's hotels in lots of places. So you have location options and you have amenities. Options are key. So to recap, we're looking at 6 main things as to why I love hotels. The flexibility, one bill, the convenience, simulates the apartment experience, can include pools, gyms and saunas, and it provides options. It's great. Can you get a crappy hotel? Absolutely. And I will be giving you some of those reviews too. Some that were quite expensive and should have been fabulous and yet were far from it. Very disappointing. I think I've stayed in 2 that just felt like I would suddenly entered the communist era. And one of them wasn't that close to the Eastern Bloc, although had been part of it a long time ago. No excuse. They've been out of the Eastern Bloc for decades now, so again, no excuse. But I love hotels, and I love them in a way I didn't expect. So yeah, it's worth considering. Absolutely worth considering as a lifestyle choice. I think I read somewhere, by the way, just as a separate, the fabulous Keanu Reeves lives in a hotel room. Now, let me caveat that. Got to caveat it. And the reason I have to caveat or give the extra bit of information is that I think he lives in the same hotel room in New York City because he owns it and he has for a long time. So he doesn't go from hotel room to hotel room to hotel room. He just lives in a hotel room in a building in New York. But if it's good enough for Keanu Reeves, it's good enough for me. I hope you enjoy your hotels, and I will do my best to give you some advice on some good ones.